Aloha, Ohana, Tribe of Light, welcome. It is Pink Bella from Pink Bella Aloha Therapy. Welcome. This is a Facebook Live. It is Tuesday, August 29th. I will try, hopefully the technology will cooperate, so I'll just try and do live, and then if it's okay, I will upload it on YouTube later. I did a little bit of a YouTube video yesterday, and I'm just going to expand on that. I have more information coming through, all right? So welcome. This is still post-eclipse, solar eclipse. Everyone is integrating in their own way, and a lot is going on, okay? So I was guided to show you, because I've been calling September equinox the emerald green heart chakra healing, opening, and expansion. And many of us have been integrating, clearing, and healing for ourselves, for the collective, to prepare for the equinox. Instead of having the eclipses like last season, we're in September. This season, we're being given lots of time to integrate new light codes, new activations with our DNA, our light body, new consciousness expansion for everyone, and a complete, very obvious timeline split from 3D and 5D, all right? I know some of you feel you're not in 5D yet, but 4D is collapsing. As far for my reality, it's collapsed. I don't integrate, I don't participate in 4D. 4D is usually the in-between of yes, you're in your heart, no, you're in your mind. We go back and forth on this journey, and that's all part of it. And then the more practice we have, we stay in our heart. So who am I? I am Pink Bella from Pink Bella Aloha Therapy, also known as Tracy. I am a Blu-ray twin flame, a lumen twin flame in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and this is my major grid point. But as I was sharing yesterday, I have a connection with Hawaii and Lemuria, also a grid point, a connection with California, New York, my Atlantean connection, which is Greece, and I have lived in Australia, and I've had a major activation, a major consciousness download. Also now I know starseed codes in the 90s when I was at the Sphinx and the pyramids, and then I did go back and spend more time at the pyramids in 95. So I kind of collected up the last bit of it. So a lot of you who are just finding me, welcome, or if you find this video later, thank you for sharing my work and commenting, and also over on YouTube. I wanted to just share with you that 2 new sessions have come forward to prepare for the equinox. And we also have a full moon at the beginning. Is it full or new? I believe it's full at the beginning of September, September 6th. And we have another, I believe it's a new moon around the equinox as well. So I'm calling this, I've been guided that for the last few months we've been integrating and upgrading and releasing a lot from the root and the sacral and the solar plexus. We've been experiencing a lot of physical symptoms prior to the eclipse and now integrating as well. So I'll get into that. And that September is about a real heart expansion for everyone, especially the divine masculine. So I'm sharing messages not just for twin flames as well, but also light workers and starseeds, because my work has expanded, because I have indeed graduated to facilitate and help more than just twin flames. But I will always be here to help twin flames, because I am a twin flame. And remember, this is all about remembering who you are and why you came, about remembering your true love story. Our twin flame journey is definitely a key component for many of us to remember more of who we are and why we came. The separations for many twin flames right now, including on my own journey, has been to allow me self-love mastery and get deeper into my soul mission, to expand my consciousness, to help all of you. And that's also going on for many of you, okay? So I did go a little bit into some of the sessions yesterday, but there's a TWINFINITY session with an ethereal activation of 3 crystals and 3 sacred geometry symbols for twin flames to balance the divine feminine and masculine for the portal in September. There's also, I'm sure there's going to be more coming forward, but there's also I'm calling an emerald green gateway activation, which is 3 ethereal crystals and 3 symbols as well to help. So maybe what I'll do is I'll share what's been coming forth is a lot of us are clearing out and activating new energy in our solar plexus to connect it to the heart. And we're also activating the energy centers above to connect to the throat, to connect to our heart. So there's a heart connection to our throat, and there's a solar plexus connection to our heart, which makes sense why this came forward. So the symbols for the emerald green heartway are related to the heart chakra, is the one in the middle for the emerald green, the flower of life, and then green malachite came forward as the stone, which is very powerful, and it's also about healing our heart and creating a stronger energetic boundary in our energy field. Not out of fear, just to create, so we're like a little container of energy, and when we are moving in and out with beings and places on the planet, we have a strong energy boundary. Then the other symbol is the healing symbol, and then what came forward, this is for the solar plexus to help us be back in our power. And then the citrine is the crystal, and that's for empowerment and energy and abundance and creativity. And then the final symbol is the empowerment symbol, which came forward for most of the activations for the month of August. And then the stone for that is blue lace agate. But if you prefer lapis lazuli, that's an option as well. But blue lace agate is very much about being at peace and connecting with our higher self and source. And this is so important at this time. So all the information is below. I'm already booking for the equinox, sessions for the equinox in September. Pre-booking is in progress. So all the information is down below, and it's on my website. And these sessions are an hour via Skype, plus you get a healing and you get tools and videos. And that's on special for $144 US. So I just wanted to share that all with you. And let's get into the downloads. Excellent. Okay, so thank you also so much for tuning in or watching this later. We've really done a timeline split, and I felt it, and I actually saw it in my own reality on the day of the eclipse. Some of you started experiencing that before the eclipse and or experiencing it now. And I touched a little bit on everything yesterday, but I know some of you are still integrating very, very deeply the new version of you. And that makes us feel spacey and out of our bodies and not feeling like we belong here. So I wanted to let you know that you've been unplugged from the old crystalline grid matrix, and you're being reconnected in your sleep and via your higher self to the new 5D crystalline grid. So you actually are embodying and working more with your higher self, even if you're not conscious of it, and you're also connected more to source and the universe. So even myself, I've been having absolutely, nature is a necessity now. It's not a luxury. Spending time in nature will absolutely help you facilitate this ascension, your personal growth and expansion, to feel like you belong when we connect to the birds, the animals, the trees, the water, all right? The other thing is drink lots of water, get lots of rest, do some fun things, listen to music, dance, watch some funny movies and shows. And the other thing that's been helping me is I've been waking up in the morning and being in gratitude and just even thanking my crystals for being here with me on my journey. And where I'm staying right now, she gave me some flowers, so thanking the flowers to be with me and just being in super gratitude mode for everything, including all of you. So that has slowly been helping me. So I remind myself when I wake up in the morning, I'm here to be of service. I'm here to assist, and I've got my crystals as my best friends right now, along with Source and my higher self. Your higher self is integrating more in your body. That's part of the activation, okay? So as a twin flame, you've been receiving new twin flame codes. As a light worker, new light worker codes for your ascension. As a starseed, many starseeds have opened up and woken up. And I did put in the title, 144,000. 144,000 is another activation, like 1111 or 1212, and many of you are starting to resonate with that. Yes, there's mention of 144,000 in the Bible, but it's also a code. We carry numeric codes and sacred geometry codes in our physical body, in our energy field, and those are part of our activations. When we've been in other timelines, we've been very telepathic. So even in Lemuria and Atlantis, everyone had their 12 chakras aligned and opened. Everyone had their intuitive superpower abilities, and everyone was able to telepath and send visuals, sacred geometry symbols, and numbers. Those are all part of the codes that are helping you to wake up. So yes, absolutely, there is a twin flame component for many of you that's been helping you on your journey, but it's also, for some of you, you've hit the ceiling because the other twin is still integrating and awakening from their deep sleep to that next consciousness level, and we have to allow them to go through that. So you're forging ahead and remembering more of who you are and why you came, okay? So for me, that's why in June, I was guided to start assisting and sending and creating more messages for starseeds, and more of that's going to come through in the coming days and weeks. The we're receiving a lot of light and activation codes from Sirius right now, from the star system Sirius. It actually started in July, but it became full on high. It became full on in during the Lionsgate, the 8/8 in August, at the beginning of this month. And we're almost at the end of August. So we're already into post-solar eclipse integration, a lot of you really, really deeply, and then we're heading and we're preparing for the heart expansion. For those of you who are twin flames, you might be deeply feeling that either connect or disconnect with your twin flame, no matter whether you're with them or not, okay? Just know that that's all part of it, that you're going through an integration for your union as well. So for that beautiful soul that said, yes, feeling like I don't belong, and I've got a few messages about that, it's because in actual fact, we're on a different version of Earth now, and it's taking us a while to integrate. So even as an example, you can ask your higher self and your team to help you before you go to sleep. Say, I really want to feel more integrated, like I belong. What can I do? You know, can you help me in my sleep? And that should help you. And just say, I would like to wake up feeling like I'm more fully here, all right? And let me see what else has come through, because lots came through as well. So many of us have chosen the high vibe fifth dimension. And I know it looks like the same Earth, but I'm already seeing different colors coming from the sun. I'm not only seeing the rainbow frequency, but I was given 3 different colors the other day: a hot pink, a lime green, and an electric turquoise. So the colors are more vivid, the flowers, everything. I'm having interactions with the butterflies and all sorts of amazing things. And I've gone through this before, but this is another deeper level, okay? So those who chose 3D chose to go at a slower pace, chose to go back and clear more karma and be in more drama and go through another cycle of that. And are they consciously aware of it? No, because I was reminded today by one of my other beautiful teachers that when you're in the matrix and you're in the drama, your heart is closed, your mind is still closed, and you don't know it. So we have compassion for those beings. Now, I know I shared a little bit yesterday. Many of us have had so many beautiful teachers on this path, including myself, and I'm in gratitude for all of them. And one particular soul has helped everyone see what a split there is in the community by sort of shunning a lot of the work that she's done up until now. But she brought in a lot of key information for a lot of us that others are going to take forward and expand even deeper. So as an example, she brought in a lot of information about ascended masters and goddesses that none of us had access to, and now what's going to happen is other souls, maybe some of you, are going to be channeling in information that'll be of a higher frequency for all of us. A lot of souls get tired on this journey and they hit a ceiling, and even though we look to the spiritual community for answers, and we look to you know, new age, whatever you want to call it, for answers, many of the teachers as well, they've hit a ceiling, and they have also chosen to stay in the 3D reality for whatever reason, for their soul. Basically, they hit a wall of fear and they want to slow down and not go so fast. So I am in gratitude for this teacher. I'm not going to mention her name, but I'm sure some of you probably know who I'm speaking of. But I'm in gratitude because she did help me on my journey. But I just want to say that there is a split in the community where you can't assume that souls, because they're spiritual and they're in the community and they've written books and they've created oracle cards, etc., that they're ascending and connected to their higher self, because they're still working through their own individual process. And it's going to become more and more obvious. So myself and many of us are here as way showers to say, you don't need to hand your power over to anyone or anything anymore. You absolutely have a higher self. Your higher self is working with you. Your higher self is a higher dimensional frequency version of yourself that is coming into your body to guide you, to be your main guide. And you can connect directly to Source now and ask for guidance and direction and say, how can I serve? And you will get answers, all right? It's about our heart opening. It's about us releasing old belief systems and knowing that we don't need to hand our power over to anyone or anything. And that is my key gift to all of you, is to empower you to know that you have a higher self and that your higher self is coming in to guide you and work with you, okay? And I'll read everyone. Thank you, everyone. I'll read everyone's comments towards the end. I just want to make sure that I cover everything. So physical symptoms right now, and I'll just share what I've been experiencing because then maybe it relates to you, and it actually kind of connects to the Emerald Heart activation session that has come forward for September. The solar plexus, I've been feeling a lot of clearing out of the solar plexus. I've had no appetite. And this happened right before the eclipse as well. But for the last few days, all I've really wanted to do is drink smoothies and water. And I've had a little bit of an appetite in the evening, but not very much. So I wanted to just share that with you, that I seem to be going through some type of detox again. And many of you might be feeling that as well. So when the solar plexus is getting cleared out, it can bring up fear and anxiety and all sorts of things. And it can also bring up like an upset stomach and around, you know, the energy around that, about just kind of feeling off. Then the next chakra that also is getting activated and cleared out is the heart, because the solar plexus energy is getting connected to the heart. Our power is being connected to our heart, and some of that might be an emotional detox for some of you. Some of you who are twin flames might be missing your twin flame and going through like a crying or an anger. I went through a really gentle, light one because, like many of you, I've done months and weeks of purging, but I did go through that. I did go through a layer of releasing sadness and tears and missing my twin flame. And I also went through a layer of being angry about feeling that I've still been stuck in some kind of program, but I'm not. I was reminded that I'm not, but I needed to release that. That was part of my releasing. So the heart releasing will be emotional, and as some of you are feeling any physical symptoms around the heart, absolutely always a reminder to get yourself checked out, okay? But just to know that there is a connection from our solar plexus that's being connected up to the heart. For the throat symptoms, I'm also experiencing like crown, third eye symptoms as well. I've been feeling very spacey, very scratchy throat, very like dozy, hard to concentrate, really hard to create and share. Only able to do like one session, only able to be on my computer for one session a day. Yesterday I overdid it and I really paid for it. I was really fatigued today. So just know that we can only do so much right now as our physical body integrates. But I have had a scratchy throat. And it's because the throat as well is integrating with the heart. And I have felt very sort of like almost like kind of feeling like coming down with a cold, you know, that kind of a dull headache. So just know that our physical body is integrating and shifting a lot, and it just needs time to do that. So when you have the energy to work on things, absolutely do that. And when you need to rest, okay? I did see one of my beautiful souls that actually had to nap in her car. I can't remember if it was just before the day of the eclipse or the day of the eclipse. I want to share with you all, I had to have naps in my car. I did 4 naps prior to the eclipse. That has never happened to me before, but I absolutely could. I would walk, and I absolutely could not drive. And I had to close my eyes, and I had to rest for about half an hour. So some of you might be experiencing that after now. You might be so fatigued that you can't function. Just rest. You need the rest, and I promise you, you will get stronger. Remember to hydrate, drink lots of water, showers, sea salt baths, spending time in nature. That will help you integrate, okay? And I just want to go back a little bit to the heart chakra. So you might be switching back and forth, really, really happy, sad, really, really joyful, feeling grief. It's just releasing layers, like it's like cells. It's just old stuff that's being released and let go of, and it should move through pretty quickly. But definitely drink lots of water, and I was guided to drink alkaline water. Now what's interesting is the area that I'm in, it's like suddenly everybody knows about alkaline water, and the store was sold out, so I'm going to have to try and go find some today. But it has absolutely made a difference in my energy field to drink alkaline water at this time. Okay, so I just wanted to share about the throats. Awesome. Okay. So the 144,000, just a little bit about that. That's another, like I said, another code in our energy field, and it's an activation. It's a remembrance. I started to see 144 again a lot on license plates just prior to the spring equinox. So it's a reminder to me to share with all of you. Many of you are part of the 144,000, that is a key code that has been activated in our energy field to remind us to keep going, that we are the ones that we've been waiting for, that we're not to hand our power over to anyone, any belief system, any company, any organized anything, including religion or a new age teacher. And yes, we can take aspects and they can help us on our journey, but we don't hand our power over to anyone. I empower all of you in sessions. I do not ask to be worshipped or followed at all. And I know I've shared about this before. I kicked and screamed about even starting to do videos last year because it was not a comfortable thing for me. It's not something I wanted to do, but I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it because it's the best way to reach all of you, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful that it's all, yay for 144, that's right, woo, 144. I know, it's exciting. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Who knew? So we're all working on the same team. A lot of you are doing crystal grid work on the planet at night, and you're helping in your area. A lot of you are off planet at night on galactic ships. I did meditate during the eclipse, and I did see ships overhead. A lot of them are energetic. Sometimes we're allowed to see them, sometimes we're not, because the collective consciousness of the planet has to be at the point where everyone's going to be okay about our expansion and what we're doing here. So, you know, this is a really awesome, exciting time, but we don't want to go back and start resonating with a teacher who appears to be going backwards and trying to take maybe a belief system that we've all expanded past. So you are on your own individual journey. You're going to know if someone's resonating with you or not, and you're going to know when it's time to move on. So even some people maybe that you've been following up until now, you might not resonate with their voice or their messages, and that's awesome. And I just want to share with you that's just part of your journey, and that someone else will come in. So as an example, I know initially on my journey, Abraham Hicks was really helpful. And then at some point, Cryon came in, and Cryon's messages were really helpful. And then now I have other teachers that are bringing in information for me around starseeds and the galactics that's necessary for my journey right now to assist all of you. And it's not to be feared or anything. It's just another part of my graduation to help all of you, because the twin flame component is just one of the hats I wear. And I'm here to help facilitate and take away fear. Who knew? My whole life I've been a liaison. Even when I was in IT, I was some kind of liaison, some kind of project liaison, or I worked between the programmers and the management. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm working with the upper galactic management, and I'm going to channel in messages that are happy and joyful and just share with you what's happening. But it's all magical. So, okay, this is the really, I'll talk about the timeline shift first, and then I'll share with you about the colors. So we absolutely, the timeline shift was completely obvious on the solar eclipse. To me, it seems completely obvious now. All souls who are like ready to just rock it and move forward and just choose joy and happiness and bring in the new, and it's time, and the divine feminine and all of us is like, it's time to rise up and just share our gifts and our light. It's being supported now, and Gaia is the divine feminine energy, and this is very much a divine feminine part of the universe. And the 3D souls, and I had someone in my reality, and I shared about this yesterday about the narcissism, that a lot of the 3D souls have chosen to stay in that 3D reality to keep working on their problems and to realize that they're gifted. They're still running a lot of fear in their program, in their energy field, in their cells. So their DNA hasn't quite activated yet. So they're always going to be given an opportunity to ascend and to choose love and to choose a higher vibration, but it's up to everyone individually. I actually had that physically in my reality, and I shared a little bit about this yesterday. We all came to bust the narcissist codependent template program. All had it in our energy field, in our DNA. I cleared most of it out. I thought I had, and I had, but we've also been going through initiations, and some of the initiations the last couple weeks have been every day something new will come into our energy field, and what will we choose? So the choice is always self-love mastery. If there's anything in your reality that is not treating you with love and respect, it is up to you to choose you and to change your reality. And for the beautiful soul that commented about she was being guided to stay kind of in this narcissist reality, my message to her was, ask your higher self, what is the best course of action for you? We are never guided to stay in a narcissistic reality. We're always guided on the self-love journey, but often we're given the choice. It's up to us to choose self-love and to choose being treated with respect, and we will often get examples to come to us, so we say, no, that's not okay, we're not doing that. So even I had that example, I didn't see it coming, but the message was, and I did choose me, but the message was that other soul, her heart closed. It was time for her to work on her own healing around this issue, around a family issue. And that's the thing. You do not have to stay near a situation where there is a narcissist in your reality. You choose you and you allow them to get their own help and healing. It's a disorder, and it very well was passed down DNA-wise from the family, and also from the childhood of the soul we're talking about. They need specific help. And for many of them, they're not even aware of that yet, but that's part of their awakening process. They chose that as well. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. So the timeline shift was very clear on the eclipse. Many souls chose, in a way, it looked like going backwards. And you can very clearly see if souls have their hearts open or if they don't. They're in the old programming. Okay. And I just wanted to say that some of them, yes, it'll be a surprise. Some of them are quite well known in the spiritual and New Age community, but that's for us to go, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. You know what? You were a teacher and you really helped me, but I can't go down that path anymore. I know I have a higher self. I know I can connect to Source directly. I know I can listen to my own guidance now. So I'm going to go this way. Thank you very much. And that's how you're going to know. All right. So we've even handed our power over to some of the people in the spiritual community, some souls in the New Age community, thinking that they knew the way. But don't forget, every single soul is on their own personal ascension journey, and they're just, some of us have jumped past them leaps and bounds, and we've been waiting for them to come forward and say, hey, you have a higher self. You can go straight to Source in the universe. You don't need all these books. You don't need all of this. And the thing is that they haven't come forward to do that, because it's up to us to say, we don't need what you're teaching anymore, because we're going to go over here and start sharing and creating and being of service on our own. All of you are super bright lights. You're all here activating light on the planet, and you don't need anyone to tell you how to do that, okay? Oh, cool. All right, Tiki just said, I'm studying the Emerald Tablets from Thoth. Thank you, Tiki, for reminding me about that, because you're giving me goosebumps, because I know that information has come my way at some other point, and I'm going to check into it, so thank you very much. Yay for 144. You guys are all awesome. Okay, so if any of you have been following me along the way, this is hilarious. In January of this year, I was moving around a little bit because I was doing a lot of grid work. So oftentimes, if you're a Blu-ray or you have had to move around a lot, you actually have been on assignment. But I've actually asked for my assignments to like slow down so I can stay put for a while, because it's really hard to share with all of you and have sessions if I'm constantly moving. This didn't start until last year, and a lot of it had to do with my twin flame journey and union, but that's shifting now for me, okay? But what I wanted to share with you is in one of the tools that I give all of you is about clearing your energy and bubbling your energy. And I usually start with the gold energy, and then we can move on to other colors, and we work with our higher self. So I was often given information last year to start using different colors. And I heard platinum, and this is about our expanding class, the 12 chakras as well. I believe the platinum ray is the 22nd chakra, and I'm going to start sharing more about the 12 chakras and the 22 chakras in some classes coming up, okay? But I was actually at an Airbnb for a week, and I didn't stay there because I didn't really like the area. But she left some dishwashing detergent for me that day, and it was the Dawn Ultra Platinum, the blue one. I thought it was purple, but it was blue. And I was just starting to realize about the Blu-ray and about the Blu-ray mission. So I want to share with you where I am right now. I was given, again, the Dawn Platinum Ultra. It says it's the Ultra Platinum. It's the advanced power. So those of you going forward, I have been sharing the violet flame, but I feel like many of us are now ready for the blue platinum flame to use instead, okay? And I'm going to do a separate video on that. I'll probably do a meditation on that as well. One of the tools that I was given all of you in the past was with Archangel Michael and the violet flame, but it was from this teacher, and I can't share her information anymore because I even hear in her voice that the vibration isn't high enough for some of you. So I did find a binaural beats, an 852 frequency that I'm now sharing as one of the tools instead. And then I feel like there's going to be a whole bunch of us now that are going to be creating activations and meditations to help the rest of the collective consciousness at a higher frequency. So I wanted to share that with you. And then, like I had shared as well, that I saw 3 new rays. So I will be bringing in more of that information with the new chakras in the coming weeks and months. Hi, Sharon. Welcome, everyone. Okay. And I'm just trying to see what else I needed to share. So there's new rainbow frequencies that are coming in. There's a hot pink ray, there's an electric lime green ray, and an electric turquoise ray. So I'll share with you a little bit more when more of that information comes in, what that's all about. And so that's what I wanted to share for blue rays. For blue rays, you might want to start using, try the platinum royal blue flame instead of the violet flame and see if that works. You can also bubble yourself with the royal blue platinum ray instead of gold. It's a higher frequency and that might resonate with you. Hey, hi. Okay, so finally, I just wanted to say the 5th dimension is here, even though it looks like 3D. And this is what the confusing thing is, and this is why a lot of us have felt like separate. We're on 5D now. You know, but we still have to interact with 3D. So basically, everyone has their own little bubble that we walk around in. I've got my own little galaxy and universe here. That's my energy field, my quantum field. You have your own. We have to go out and mingle with a lot of people all day. And what you will find is sometimes it's going to be increasingly difficult to be around lower vibrational energies. And I'm going to share around some tools around how to get around that in classes and in sessions. But just know that people are experiencing their own different realities now, and it's very fascinating. So you automatically will feel when you're around somebody who has their heart closed. And we want to just keep our heart open and stay at a high frequency. So do whatever you can throughout the day to keep at a high frequency, time in nature, drinking lots of water, high vibrational foods, listening to high vibe, binaural beats. And it doesn't mean to do that 24/7, but you'll know when you feel your energy drained, and just make a little list about what will lift your energy up and do that for yourself, okay? But yes, the choice is self-love and love. That's the frequency. Empowerment. And I really felt like a bunch of us went right and a bunch of souls went left. And I didn't know about that until after the fact. It did happen for me on the day. I literally had been sharing a space with a beautiful soul sister, and I just was guided to keep my vibration high and to meditate with my crystals, and her energy was completely low. And what was interesting was we were removed from each other's reality anyway. And then I was guided it was time to go. So that's when we listen to our higher selves, okay? So I just wanted to let you know that you're all able now to work with your higher self and to connect to Source and the universe directly. And I just empower you to do that. And during sessions, I connect with your higher self and bring in messages for you, but then I give you tools to go off and work on your own to do that, okay? So don't let anyone tell you that you have to go through all these deities and all sorts of beings. You don't. Your higher self is you. It's a higher version of you that's your main guide. And absolutely, you can still work with your guides, but I have had sessions where I've just suggested to people, even if you're working with guides right now, have your guides as a team funnel messages through your higher self, because you want to have that trust of your own intuition, and you're connecting with your own self. You're connecting your higher self as you connected to Source at a higher aspect that's coming into your body, and it's so key right now to know how empowered and beautiful you all are. All right, I'm just going to say yes. Yeah, Sharon. So Sharon just said, so many truths exposed this week for me. It was a challenging week. It's because we can't not see the truth anymore. And there's no stopping us, though, either. The frequency on the earth is too high, and we're too high of frequency now. So it doesn't mean we have to run around and, say, hey, wake up, don't you see it? The thing is that you could just start even setting the intention in the morning. I only choose to be in a high frequency reality today. I only choose to connect with high vibrational souls today. And then just keep practicing that as time goes on. All right, my beautiful souls, I'm going to have to sign off because I'm being guided as well to go spend some time in nature to regroup. So like I said, if you would like to book a session for the equinox, I've got a couple of specials on. The information's below. I'm going to load this video up on YouTube, and everything's on my website. Love to connect with all of you when it's time. Love and aloha. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and thank you so much for stopping in, okay? Take care, everybody. Bye.